Hello, bonjour, double Dan. It's a pleasure to welcome you here in the Media Samo in the conferences of Dialogue Européen here in Sarajevo. I'm Florian. I will be your host for this interview. I will have the pleasure to present you Thibautom Bruttinom. So, hello.
Hello, I'm Thibautom Bruttinom. I'm the Director General of Reporters Without Borders, which is the leading press freedom organization worldwide.
What is RSF's work in Bosnia since its foundation?
Since the 1985, which is the founding date of RSF has been as much present as it could in Bosnia. We have enjoyed a very strong relationship during the Sarajevo siege with Oslobođenja. We provided paper that we brought by trucks and by plane to the paper so that it continues. And I was just having earlier a coffee with one of the former editor-in-chief that told us that during the siege, thanks to RSF support, the paper was able to continue publish every single day. Sometimes 100 copies, but every single day. Since then, RSF has been present in Bosnia. It has been monitoring the press freedom violations, including it in the World Press Freedom Index, also working on the legal framework and the media sustainability issues in Bosnia. And last but not least, also trying to implement projects in order to enhance the regulatory framework, bring media towards better international standards.
I'll ask you questions with the subject of this actual conference, which was about trust in media. First of all, you've talked during your speech about the differentiation between like the traditional media, legacy media. How can these medias on digital space can acquire trust in the eyes of their viewers?
So it's true that in a closed space, the new online media and in general commentators or publishers on social media have been a safe space, a space where expression has been possible. But in general, RSF does not want to oppose newcomers into the market with legacy media. Nobody owns press freedom, and the criticism of legacy media or mainstream media is of course legitimate, but we must see also the flows in independent media. So what we call for is for a better relationship between the two sides of the market, and also to have the same standards applied. We need honest, independent, pluralistic reporting across the board. We don't want independence in independent media. We want independence in all media in every country.
How those conglomerates and foreign influences too can affect trust and truth in these media ownership situations?
So media requires capital. I mean, it's even though the digital world has enabled to publish and report at lower cost, there is still a need for money. And obviously we consider that too much concentration of media is bad, but we need to avoid enter into a general criticism of media ownership. We need to have transparency of media ownership. We need to have guarantees of the independence of newsroom from the boardrooms. Freedom of the press is not the freedom of the owner of the media to write what he wants. And third, we need to have thresholds to, the capacity to concentrate on the media market. Any criticism of media concentration can lead to distrust in media, but also too much concentration can lead to distrust in media. So we have to find a fine line, because as far as I know, we still have to pay journalists at the end of the day when being a media executive.
Another question is about the fact that we sometimes have, of course, to pay for information, and what is the RSF stance?
We need to revert the logic, and the problem is not that trustworthy articles are to be paid. It's why are not people paying? The fantasy, which has been widespread, of information being a public good, has avoided having a conversation about who's going to pay for the media. And obviously, the media market left alone does not favor a free press. But a media market totally flawed by public subsidies is also doomed. So we have to find a midway, and we have to promote the idea that somebody has to pay, and hopefully it's going to be the public. People need to know that if they do not pay for information, they will not have quality information.
So thank you for coming with us in Dialogue Européen. Thank you for answering to our questions, giving such insights, and thank you for listening, dear Samo readers.
Bye.
Goodbye.